Nobody's watching the NBA because you put it on a million different streaming services, and I don't even know where to find the one game that I want to watch. I don't want to watch all 32 NBA teams. I don't want to watch every single NBA team play. I want to watch the one team that I care about play basketball. So don't try to sell me the entire league pass. I just want to watch one team. And how about this? I want you to put it on television. I want to be able to turn on my TV and I want to be able to watch the one team that that I watch play basketball on my television. I don't want to have to download an app. I don't want to have to go on the internet. I don't want to have to stream it. Let me watch my team play ball. Second, people are completely detaching from the NBA because they're killing the streams. People are detaching completely from the NBA because they're killing the streams. If you go on Stream East or a website like that that typically has the illegal streams for the NBA games, the NBA is doing a good job of taking them down. Which all that's doing in their head, they think that they're saying, oh, these people are now going to come and purchase NBA League Pass. It's going to make us so much money. No, these people are not willing to pay for the product of the NBA. But they're fans, they're still going to support, and when the playoffs come around, they'll watch on TV. So the NBA is literally eliminating part of their viewer base, a large part of it, that isn't willing to pay for League Pass, completely eliminating them, and now those people are gone. They're watching football. They're doing other things, but they're no longer watching the NBA because the NBA has eliminated them by killing the streams. If you look at the UFC, Dana White knows that the UFC events are illegally streamed, but what he also knows is that if people are able to watch those streams, they're becoming bigger fans. And eventually those people are going to start purchasing UFC events, they're going to start purchasing tickets to the events, they're going to purchase apparel, they're going to pay attention to the social media, they'll tell their friends about it, and those dollars are going to come back to the UFC. The NBA is going the completely other route where they're knocking down these streams and they're actually eliminating viewers and getting rid of dollars and cash that would be coming into the league. I think that also part of the reason that people aren't watching the NBA anymore is that we just had the Olympics and our very best guys in the league were playing really tough games against other small countries that were assembling no-name players. And part of that is because it was FIBA rules basketball. The three-point line was a little bit closer and the game was different. You actually had to pass, cut, there wasn't as many open lanes, and you had to play team basketball. After watching the Olympics and seeing that our best players aren't even capable of playing team basketball and that they are just like kind of like normalized to this 101 ISO style of basketball, it's kind of a tough product to watch because it's like it took everything in our might to win that to win the gold medal. Meaning that we've lost the fundamentals of basketball, we've lost the passing, cutting, we've lost mid-range jumpers, we've lost post passes, we've lost playing in the post, we've lost traditional big men. Everything that we do now as a country is a three-point shot. I do think that the three-point shot is killing basketball, but it's also just a part of the game evolving. If you can hit the three-point shot at the percentages that these guys are hitting shots, then it's like there's no reason not to do it. There's just gonna have to be some sort of rule or adjustment around the three-point shot itself. What I think would help fix the NBA's three-point problem is if they brought the NBA three-point line in and just played it like FIBA rules, made it the same three-point line as everywhere else, and then guys are actually able to play closer. One, they're able to play closer into the paint. Guys are going to shoot those threes from closer. So now not only can guys get out and guard the three, but they can also play the drive a little bit more, and that will solve the scoring problem in the NBA itself. You're going to see coaches need to develop more sets. You're going to see guys passing, cutting, and actually playing traditional basketball and what people think of as like the great basketball game comeback. But right now, the entire game is dependent off of 101 ISO basketball and really just like an isolation game where it's just like who can go and get a bucket on one other person. Like if you're 6'8" and you play basketball every day, you're going to be able to get a bucket on somebody else. So it's like it's not surprising. It's not a great product when you watch Jason Tatum drive on somebody and get a layup. There's no wow factor about it. It's just like, okay, I guess that was supposed to happen. So the wow factor of the NBA is going down because of the isolation and the space that's in the game. There doesn't need to be 12 teams in the playoff. I understand that it makes for maybe a better event or something like that. But when you look at the 12 teams, Indiana got rolled, Clemson got rolled, another team who never should have been in there got rolled. Tennessee got rolled. I mean, it's like those teams were never even playing in the ball games. So really what we did is that we just took the best teams in the country and we made them play an extra game for no reason. So what we should do next year, amend it to maybe 8 teams. I think that 8 teams is a good college football playoffs. Then you have all the real contenders in there. But as far as a 12-team playoff, there's no need for that. Every single year, we're going to see the same thing where it's like smaller programs get in at the end, or maybe even sneak too far forward, like a Boise State or Arizona State. But no matter what, when they go against the blue blood programs, they're going to lose every time, right? And so we don't need a 12-team playoff. 8 teams would be fantastic. I would even take 10 teams just to save us some pain and strife. But this year was a real learning point. Congratulations to all the teams that won. You did what you were supposed to. I wouldn't pat yourself on the back. Ohio State fans, I wouldn't pat yourself on the back about this Tennessee win. Ohio State fans are acting like this is like the greatest thing since sliced bread. The program's back. Ryan Day's the greatest coach ever. We have a ball club and we have a quarterback and we're the greatest football team to ever touch turf. That's not the case. This is still the Ohio State team that 2 games ago got rolled by their arch rival, right? And so what that shows us is that there's a limitation as to what they are even capable of doing. Even though they played great against Tennessee and they played fantastic at home in a playoff environment. That's what you are supposed to do. I'm not going to pat you on the back for doing something that you're supposed to do. Now, what I want to see you do, Ohio State, is go beat Oregon at their place. You beat Oregon at their place, I'll pat you on the back because you're not supposed to do that. And that will actually be saying something about the football team that you are. It was a good win, way to beat Tennessee, but let's just keep things in perspective as to what it is that this Ohio State football team is. Don't go saying, oh, we should be national champions and we're about to go on this run, this, and that. No, this is the football team that lost to Michigan. Put that in perspective, move on to next week.